It's 11:47 p.m. You're sitting in your car in the office parking lot. Everyone left hours ago. Your dinner, a gas station sandwich, sits half-eaten in the passenger seat. Cold. You check your phone. 3 missed calls from your girlfriend. Again, you stayed late because your boss said this proposal needs to be perfect for tomorrow. Except tomorrow came 3 times this month already, and you're still driving a 2014 Honda with 140,000 miles, while your manager just posted his new Audi on Instagram. Here's what nobody's telling you, man. Last year, the average American worked 258 hours of unpaid overtime. That's 6 full weeks of free labor. If you're making $25 an hour, you just donated $6,450 to your company for nothing. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you how this hustle harder mentality is costing you $165,905 over 5 years. I'm Philly, your mind surgeon. Your paycheck's going up, but you're broke. Not coincidence, design. That overtime you're grinding, it's not building your future, it's funding someone else's yacht. Subscribe, let's keep cracking the code. Now let me show you what's really happening in your brain when your boss says, just finish this one thing. Picture this. It's 5:47 p.m. on a Wednesday. You're packing your bag. Laptop's closed, jacket's on. You can taste freedom. Email notification. Hey, can you handle this before tomorrow's meeting? Shouldn't take long. You look at the door. Your gym closes at 8. You promised yourself. Today you'd finally go. Your hand hovers over the mouse. Every fiber of your being wants to walk out. But you click reply, sure, no problem. Here's what's actually happening in that moment, dude. Your brain just activated what psychologists call reciprocity debt. Your boss gave you a paycheck 2 weeks ago. Your primitive brain thinks you owe them something extra. It's the same mechanism that makes you buy a round of coffee after someone bought you one. Except here's the twist. You already sold them 40 hours. You don't owe them shit, but your subconscious doesn't know that. Research shows that when someone does us a favor, even a favor we literally paid them for through our labor, we feel psychologically obligated to return it. Companies know this. They weaponize it. That sure, no problem you just typed? That wasn't generosity. That was psychological warfare. And you just surrendered. You finish that task at 7:30 p.m. You feel productive. That's dopamine hitting your system, the same chemical that makes slot machines addictive. Small win, little reward, keeps you coming back. You're not building a career, man. You're pulling a lever for a corporation that pays you nothing for the pull. Now let me show you what this costs in actual dollars. You work 1 extra hour 3 times a week. It's just an hour, right? Wrong. Let me show you what that just an hour actually cost you. 3 hours weekly times 52 weeks equals 156 hours yearly. You're making $25 per hour? That's $3,900 in free labor you just handed over. But that's the number they want you to see, because it looks manageable. Oh, it's only $3,900. Dude, that's your entire vacation budget. That's a used car. That's 3 months of rent in most cities. But we're just getting started, because that number is a lie. Those extra hours? You're missing the gym. The membership you swore you'd use is gathering dust. $600 a year gone. But that's not even the real cost. The real cost is you're stressed, so you're ordering DoorDash 3 nights a week instead of cooking. Home-cooked meal costs you $8. DoorDash with fees and tip, $23. That's an extra $15 per meal. 3 times a week, $2,340 yearly just on stress eating. We're at $6,240 now, and you haven't even opened your health bills yet. You're sleeping less, 6 hours instead of the 8 your body needs. Your immune system crashes. You get sick more often. 2 extra sick days per year, doctor copays, over-the-counter meds, add another $550. And here's the kicker nobody talks about. You're too burned out for that side project, that freelance gig you keep saying you'll start, that online course you could teach, that consulting work. Conservative estimate for someone in your position? $10,000 in year 1. But you're face down on the couch at 8 p.m. Netflix on, brain off. That opportunity? Gone. Year 1 total damage, $16,790 from just staying a bit late. And here's the part that'll piss you off. Your boss isn't working late. Research from Harvard Business School shows that executives average 42 hours per week. You're doing 52. The people making $40,000 are working more hours than people making $400,000. Let that sink in, man. Your grandpa? He worked 40 hours a week, bought a house on one income, raised 3 kids, retired at 60 with a pension. You're grinding 52 hours, can't afford rent, retirement's a fantasy, and they tell you you're not hungry enough. The system changed. Nobody told you. What happened to the 5-year truth? Here's what happens over 5 years. That $16,790 annual damage compounds with inflation and life changes. Direct 5-year loss, $89,135. But that's still not the real number, because here's what they don't teach you in school: opportunity cost. If you'd invested that $16,790 per year in a basic index fund averaging 8% returns, $104,680 sitting in your account by year 5. But you have zero, because you were being a team player. You were too exhausted to negotiate your salary in year 2. Studies show a 10% raise is standard if you have energy and leverage. For you, that's $5,000 extra per year. Over 4 years, $20,000 left on the table because you were too burned out to ask. That side hustle you never started because you had no energy? If you'd actually launched it and grown it modestly, $10,000 first year, scaling up as you improve, that could have grown to $118,000 over 5 years. Even if we're conservative and say you only captured half those opportunities. 5-year total damage, $165,905. Read that again, $165,905. That's more than 3 times your annual salary. That's a down payment on a condo in most cities. That's a brand new BMW 5 Series. Cash. That's backpacking through 30 countries for a year. That's your daughter's entire 4-year state university tuition. That's quitting your job and taking 6 months to figure out what you actually want to do with your life. And your boss? They smile, pat you on the shoulder, call you dedicated while you're hemorrhaging 6 figures. That's not dedication, dude. That's a scam. And here's the final twist that'll break your brain. Stanford research shows that productivity per hour crashes after 50 hours weekly. You're working more hours, but producing less per hour. Your boss doesn't see, wow, they're working so hard. They see, they seem slower than usual. Why are they taking so long? That performance bonus you were counting on? Gone. Because you looked exhausted in meetings and missed deadlines because you were spread too thin. So you worked extra for free, lost money on stress eating, killed your side hustle dreams, skipped salary negotiations, and still didn't get your bonus. You played yourself. Or rather, the system played you. And the system, it's designed exactly this way. Your grandfather's generation had unions that fought for the 40-hour week. They went on strike, they negotiated, they won. Your generation, they sold you hustle culture and rise and grind, and told you overtime is optional. It's optional the way paying protection money to the mob is optional. You can say no, but they'll remember. They'll call you not a team player. They'll pass you over for that promotion, $165,905. That's the price of being nice. Now let me show you what's really happening in your brain when you make that choice. You're sitting there at 7 p.m. on a Friday. The office is empty. Everyone else left at 5. Your boss left at 4:30 for his kid's soccer game, but you're still there, finishing just one more thing. You tell yourself, I'm building my career. I'm showing initiative. Bro, you're stuck in what I call the visibility trap. You think staying late makes you look dedicated. Here's the truth. When your boss sees you at 7 p.m. on a Friday, they don't think, wow, dedication. They think, oh good, they're still here. I can pile more work on them. You're not signaling value. You're signaling availability. And available people don't get promoted. They get exploited. Marketers call this the hustle tax, and you're paying it every week. The hustle culture sold you a dream. Work harder, sacrifice more, and success will come. Meanwhile, the people selling you that dream, they're not working overtime. They're delegating to their employees while golfing at 2 p.m. They sold you the hustle, so you'd hustle for them. Here's where it gets messed up. Every time you stay late and finish that task, your brain releases dopamine. You feel accomplished. In psychology, this is called achievement debt. That hit of accomplishment that keeps you coming back for more unpaid work. It's a slot machine. Small wins keep you pulling the lever while the house always wins. It's 9 p.m. You're home, phone buzzes, work email, your heart rate spikes. That anxiety? On Wall Street, they call it ownership inversion. You don't own your time anymore. The company does. They've conditioned you to be on call 24/7 for free. Your grandfather had work hours and home hours, clear boundaries. When he left at 5 p.m., work was done. You're answering work emails at your kid's birthday party. You're on Slack during dinner. You're just checking something on Sunday morning. You don't have a job anymore, man. You have an unpaid subscription to stress. All right, man, surgery time. Here's how we fix this. 1. The hard boundary rule. What? Set a non-negotiable end time and make it visible. How? At 5 p.m., close the laptop, physically, put it in your bag. Set a phone alarm labeled Freedom Time at 4:55 p.m. daily. Auto response for after-hours emails. I respond to emails during business hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Example, my friend Jake did this. First week, his manager called at 7 p.m. about a crisis. He didn't answer. Next morning, I saw your call. I'm available 9 to 5 for urgent matters. What was the emergency? Manager stammered. It wasn't urgent. 2 months later, Jake got promoted. Boundaries signal value. 2. The hourly rate reality check. What? Calculate your true hourly rate, including unpaid overtime. How? Annual salary divided by 52 weeks divided by all hours you actually work. Write it on a sticky note on your monitor. Every late request, ask, would I do this for that amount? Example, Sarah made $52,000, thought she earned $25 per hour. Real rate with overtime, $17.80. Less than minimum wage in her state. She started saying no. Her quality of life doubled. 3. The delegation reversal. What? Stop accepting work without trade-offs. How? When asked for extra work, I can do this. Which of these 3 current projects should I deprioritize? Force your boss to choose. Example, Marcus's boss wanted a late report. Marcus, report or client presentation? Which takes priority? Boss chose presentation. Report got pushed. Turned out it wasn't urgent at all. 4. The side pursuit insurance. What? Invest reclaimed hours into something you own. How? Block 3 hours weekly. Build a skill, start a side income. Even $50 per week equals $2,600 per year. That's yours. Plus you're building an exit strategy. Example, Linda learned graphic design in reclaimed evenings. 6 months later, first Fiverr client, $50. 2 years later, $8,000 monthly, quit her job. Her overtime earned $0. Her side hustle gave her freedom. 5. The energy audit. What? Track energy levels, not just time. How? Rate your energy 1 to 10 every hour for 1 week. Notice the pattern. You're probably 3 out of 10 after 5 p.m. You're doing trash work at 30% capacity. Example, David tracked this, realized after 6 p.m. work was full of errors. He fixed the next day. Stopped staying late. Error rate dropped 60%. Got a raise for more consistent work. All right, man. Mental firewall installed. The overtime virus deleted from your system. You just learned that working more hours doesn't make you more valuable. It makes you more available. And available people don't get ahead in this world. They get used up and thrown away. Your grandpa's 40-hour week bought a house, raised a family, built a life. Your 52-hour week can't even cover rent. That's not because you're bad with money or lazy or unmotivated. It's because the game changed and they sold you the old rulebook while playing by new rules. You're not lazy for leaving at 5 p.m. You're smart. You're not uncommitted for protecting your time. You're strategic. The hustle culture influencers lied to you. Hard work doesn't equal success anymore. Smart work does. Working on the right things matters more than working long hours on the wrong things. So here's what you do right now. Hit that like button so the algorithm shows this to more people trapped in the overtime scam. We're hacking the system with the system, man. Next video, I'll be exposing and mathematically proving even more bizarre system traps, so stay tuned. Now you know the game, my friend. It's time to stop playing their version and start playing your own. If you want to learn about other traps, I suggest you check out the video in the bottom left. The operation is complete. Now live accordingly. See you in the next videos.